kind of lived this story since its inception, and now you're back to close it out, not only as the patriarch of your on-screen family, but sort of the captain of the Insidious family. What was that like
Right.
stepping into that role for the first time as director for something you're so closely tied to?
Yeah. I mean, the quick answer was it was an honor and a privilege, and I really do mean that. I couldn't think of better partners for my first foray into directing. Even in Ty as lead young actor in the movie, I no other kid has played my son more than more than him. It felt like such a good fit, a massive challenge, but one that I wanted. And luckily, I had a great team around me to support me and encourage me and push me and then help me out when I needed it.
I love that. Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
More horror movies directed by So the Thai connection, I think, is such a fascinating thing because it's like this kid is playing your son, but you've also worked with him before in Insidious. So you've
Yeah.
literally watched him grow up from a toddler into a young man.
Yeah.
How does that kind of lend itself to playing his father on screen?
Yeah. Well, there's a comfort in the it's interesting. I tend to not get very close with, like, I like to keep that distance. You want to be really friends and be trustworthy on set, but it's like it's okay. It's like go to your corners and do your thing, and like the magic kind of happens on screen. And I touch base with him every now and again over the years, see how he's doing, how his family is. Again, I've known them since he was 3. But when we started when I thought about doing this movie, I needed to kind of call around and see, talk to Rose. Would she be into doing this? Because I didn't want to get into this with people that if I wanted to do it, I wanted to do it with Ty. Like, I didn't need to see him audition, didn't need to see how he developed as an actor. I I kind of didn't care, I'll be honest with you. What I needed to see was, did he want it? Did he want to do it? Like, if he was open and had that fire in him, and he did, and he had that every day. So that I knew how to deal with. There are a lot of variables that I didn't know, but dealing with young actors, I felt pretty comfortable with, and I've been teaching and directing at my alma mater and other schools and stuff and kids for almost 30 years. So that I was comfortable with. So yeah, once I sort of saw his drive, I thought, okay, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. I said,
Hire bust.
I'll get him there. We'll do it.
Yeah.
He's got it. He's down.
What was your relationship with James Wan like during this process? Did you seek advice at all, or was he kind of just like go forth into the further?
I mean, a little of that. I'm not going to lie, but he's a little busy with the other underwater movie. But anytime I have any real questions, I would lean on him. But his best advice to me, it seems very simple, but his best advice to me was make it yours. I think he knows how personal movie making is ultimately. Even if you have a massive team around you, it comes down to, when you pick a take, do you like it? You know what I mean? It's literally, does it make you emotional? Does it make you laugh? Does it scare you? Do you buy it? Do you believe it? Does it work? Can you hear it? But it's all up to the director. Like, as the final say, the editor is like, I like it. Do you like it? Nobody's going to say, no, this is how it has to be. That's you. That's up to the director. So everything is filtered through your lens. And that was his best advice, really, is just make it yours. So I chose themes, I chose things, and we came up with ideas that meant something to me, that I felt like I could, not had an authority on, but really felt deeply about and wanted to explore on screen. And then when it comes to crunch time, then what's amazing is you'd see him on email chains, and he wouldn't be weighing in because he's doing Aquaman stuff. And then there'd be like one shot in the trailer, and out of nowhere he'd say, hey, try this and this and this, this, this. You're like, oh, right. right, you're really great at this. Like the yeah, he's right. Do that.
Like, why don't you
So
do this as a job or something?
no,
Yeah.
I know. It's like he's good. No, but both he and Leigh were tremendously helpful in many ways. Still are. Yeah.
Has kind of like the unique perspective as you do, has kind of been on both sides of
Yeah.
the camera for
Yeah.
this particular franchise. Was that particularly helpful at all, or was it kind of another just make it yours?
No, huge, because Leigh is also one, and luckily, to be fair, Leigh wasn't shooting a big DC movie, and so Leigh had a little more time, you know. So Leigh, but Leigh also knows what it's like to fill James Wan's shoes, you know. Leigh knows what it's like to take over the reins from two successful movies, and like how when you find yourself just, am I just doing this to put my own stamp on it, or am I doing it because this is what I feel like is best for the movie, you know? And I don't like to do things out of ego, or I want to do it for me. Like that's just not how I operate. But Leigh was really helpful also when it came down to like, I need a new scare. I need to go to the doctor's office. We need some kind of scare. What about an MRI? Perfect. We frame it like that. Great. And then, so then the MRI starts building, and he was there on set that day and tremendously helpful with, always super respectful too. What do you think? Do you like this? I might do it this way, but what do you like? You know? Because he knows what that's like. He knows that it's got to be what your taste is. And he was very careful about wanting to help, offering advice, and I took every bit of his advice, but he's also the first one to go, listen, man, this is your movie. You're the stuff you've created is all you. So you do you, basically. Follow what you want to do. And then he would come in and say, hey, maybe try losing the music there, or try adding stuff there. And it was great. Why am I? Of course, I'm going to use these guys as a resource. Nobody. He's such a fantastic filmmaker. So it's awesome. I was blessed.
That's kind of like the dream collaboration. It's like you can guide me a little bit and give me suggestions, but also you're not like forcing this on me.
Yeah,
fully understanding. Like
that's exactly right. That is exactly right. I mean, that's from the top down. That's Jason Blum too. I gotta say. I mean, that's why he. You know, you look at the people that have made the transition. I think of whether it's Jordan Peele or Joel Edgerton, right, when he directed The Gift, and there are certain. He knows when he knows how to both give you the build the fence around you for you to play in, but he's going to let you play. Like make your vision. You know. Right. Which is great. It's such a rewarding thing to hear as a filmmaker.
I love that, and I'm so excited to see this. I watch a lot of scary movies. It's my job and my passion, but Insidious in particular is kind of the ones that keeps me up at night. So I'm looking forward to being traumatized by it.
Good. Well, sorry, but thank you.